but a fringe of palm trees and pink bougainvillea wound with twinkling white lights made them look like fairy tale material. Add in weather just cool enough for a sweater, the gentle burbling of hidden fountains, and a couple of roosters pecking in the dust alongside the road, and it definitely felt like paradise. My slice of paradise. Light years from a gray and dreary New Jersey November. I broke into a trot as I approached the cemetery on the right, its listing weathered stones protected by the iron bars of the surrounding fence. Despite the fascinating history of the tombs, which I'd heard as I rattled by on a conch tour train when I arrived 3 months ago, the place spooked me out. Town officials did their best to keep folks out of the cemetery at night. But still, our local paper, the Key West Citizen, reported regular incidents such as headstones being tipped over and encampments of homeless teenagers. Each fluttering shadow made my heart jump. And then one shadow came to life. I let loose a screech loud enough to be heard all the way to Miami. "Easy, miss," said a skinny man in a battered cowboy hat. "Could you spare some change?" I knew you weren't supposed to give money to bums, especially ones that smelled like a day's worth of drinking, as this guy did. Editorials in the newspaper insisted that only perpetuated the problem. The cowboy moved closer, wheezing his boozy breath and smiling to reveal 2 missing incisors. My heart thrummed faster, and I clutched the strap of my shoulder bag. There, but for the grace of some capricious god, could have been me. "I haven't eaten since yesterday," he said. Now I felt sick at the prospect of gorging myself at a nice restaurant, while he, drunk or not, went hungry. I dug in my pocket and dropped a crumpled dollar bill and some loose change into his dirty palm, wishing I had more, but that's all there was. Then I waved off his mumbled thanks and rushed by. Up ahead, on the left-hand side of the street, a cluster of people holding wine glasses milled on the sidewalk in front of an unassuming glass and concrete block building, home of 7 fish. Eric was already there, wearing his white Oxford shirt and nerd glasses. He would never be late worrying about how to dress because his outfit was always some version of the same thing. He carried 2 glasses of wine, one red, one white. "It's a Spanish Albarino," he said, handing me the white and pecking me on the cheek. "They're just clearing our table now." He snuck a glance at his watch but managed not to mention my lateness. I got the point. Brilliant. I sipped, tasting overtones of apricot and peach. "Hope you're hungry, because we need to try a lot." Which I didn't have to say because he knew the deal. He was in charge of making the reservations just in case someone might recognize me as a potential food critic, in my dreams, and I'd order for both of us so I could sample a range of their dishes. A dark-haired man swathed in a chest-to-knee white apron called out Eric's name. We followed him inside, past the 4-seater bar to a room no bigger than my houseboat, and plainly furnished, without my roommate's tendency to tropical upholstery. He deposited us at a tiny table at the far end of the room. I took the seat facing the iron fish sculpture on the back wall so I wouldn't be distracted with people watching, or even worse, absorb their opinions about the food. Within minutes, the waiter came around and described the specials, including yellowtail in a mild curry sauce and sautéed grouper sushi rolls. I salivated with anticipation like a rat pressing a lever in a psychology experiment. "We're good to go," I said, and began to list the dishes I needed to try. "We'll start with the fish tacos, the grouper rolls, and a small Caesar salad with a crab cake on the side. For the main course, the gentleman will have the chicken with bananas and walnuts." I grinned as Eric's face fell. "And I'll try your special curried yellowtail, and we'll have a meatloaf for the table." "Anything else?" asked the waiter, deadpan. "2 more glasses of wine, and no bread, please." I smiled and handed him my menu. "Oh, what the heck. Add the grilled mahi-mahi with roasted potatoes, too." He finished writing and swished off toward the kitchen. Eric leaned forward to whisper, "He has to know something's up." "We could be very, very hungry." I thought of the cowboy lurking near the cemetery. Eric excused